We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. WEAbenefits.com.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
My kid heard that solo!
You saying I did?
Yeah,
Come on! What's wrong
I just wanted to take a minute to thank you for all that you do officiating high school football.
What you do matters, and what you do is important for our student athletes.
Without you and what you do, it's just practice.
I know you've worked hard in your preparation this offseason, and now it's game time.
Go out there and call them like you see them.
Embrace the grind.
And the biggest thing of all is to have fun.
Please, stay safe, have a great season, and we'll all be watching.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Going to college for esports feels amazing. Growing up, it's something I never thought would happen. My family never thought it would happen. And then within 2.5 years, here I am.
He's actually a madman whenever it comes to playing on the sticks.
You know, he's going to be the first one that pursues this into an academic career.
me getting an esports scholarship could show other students that it's possible for them too, as long as they put their mind to it and put some effort into it.
coming to the Irwin A. and Robert D. Goodman softball complex on the campus of the University of Wisconsin-Madison. And the second day of the 2024 Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association State Softball Tournament. Our second semifinal in Division I features the Redhawks of Milton High School and the Kaukauna of Kaukauna High School. It's now time for our introductions. First, the Milton Redhawks. Leading the Blazers, number 2, Trinity Harris. Number 3, Julia Wolf. Number 4, Julia Schultz. Number 5, Olivia Schultz. Number 11, Morgan Question. Number 15, Cameron Zerwinski. Number 18, Madison Goodman. And number 22, Haley Dasso. Now the starting lineups, leading off and playing second base, number 24, Kylie Lee. Playing second and playing first base, number 7, Ellen Noble. Leading third and pitching for the Redhawks, number 19, Kenzie Marquardt. The player for the center fielder, number 10, Jenna Piash. Playing fifth and playing left field, number 9, Molly Baker. The sixth batter is the shortstop, number 12, Sophie Mesra. Batting seventh, the designated player, number 17, Kylie Butcher. Playing right field, number 6, Lyndon Briggs. The ninth batter is her Redhawks pitcher, number 14, Glenn Baker. And the first player and third baseman for the Redhawks is number 8, Avery Andrews. The head coach of the Redhawks in his fourth season is Chris Muzzy. He is assisted by Kevin Lindsay, Jeff Buckland, and Lindsay Tierney. Now let's meet the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts. First baseman, 16, Lily Peters. 17, Lily Boyle. 26, Grace Jordan. 27, Bella Matthews. 30, Chloe Develop. 31, Madison Peary. 35, Chloe Brooks. And 36, Lauren Connery. Now the starting lineup, leading off and playing center field, number 19, Paige Bodenheimer. Batting second and in the signal for the Ghosts, number 1, Kylie Meredith. Batting third and playing shortstop, number 22, Taryn Christopher. The player for the Ghosts is the first baseman, number 23, Josie Edwards. Batting fifth and playing left field, number 20, Sarah Schmitz. Batting sixth and pitching to the ball, number 33, Taylor Phillips. Batting seventh, the designated player, number 9, Cassidy Vandenberg. Batting eighth and playing third base, number 14, Reagan Rodero. The ninth batter is the second baseman, number 3, Chloe Huska. And the first player in right field for the Galloping Ghosts is number 29, Kylie Cruz. The head coach of the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts is Tim O'Leary. He is assisted by Bill Haas, Steve Meredith, Mark Bushwell, Griffin Boucher, Kyle Dunkley, and Greg Boyle. The Empire's full-time team include Mark Angel of Rice Lake at third base, Dan Baumgartner of Kimberly at first base, and A.J. Lickman of Clover behind the plates. To help make these games possible, consider becoming an umpire yourself. Visit WIAA.org/officials for information on becoming certified. Good luck to both Milton and Kaukauna in the 2024 WIAA State Softball Tournament and this Division I State Semifinals.
Good evening and welcome to Goodman Diamond on the campus of UW-Madison for the 48th annual WIAA State Girls Softball Tournament. I'm Michelle Griffin-Wenzel bringing you the second division semifinal game tonight, and this is going to feature the top-seeded and 3-time defending state champions Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts against the 4th-seeded Milton Redhawks. And as you can see, the Galloping Ghosts are warming up out on the field first. They are going to bring Carly Meredith to the pitching rubber. Behind the backstop, Taylor Federowitz, the catcher, at first base. Josie Eben, second base. Chloe Hertzfeld at shortstop. Taryn Christopher, the senior stud for these Galloping Ghosts. The sophomore, Raven Rabideau, at third base. Summer Schmidt, left field. Paige Bodenheimer in center field. And Carly DeGroot, the senior, anchoring the outfield in right field. Kaukauna, as I mentioned, seeking their 4th straight title. They defeated the ace-seeded Sussex Hamilton Chargers 9-0 in the quarterfinals yesterday. Carly Meredith going the distance, 7 innings pitched, giving up 2 hits, 1 walk, 13 strikeouts. And for Milton, they'll bring up their first hitter, the top of the lineup, the second baseman, Kylie Reed. She swings right back to the pitcher. 1 pitch, 1 out for the Redhawks. So in the 2-hole, Ella Noble, she is a junior first baseman. She'll be followed up by number 19, the senior or sophomore catcher, Kenzie Marquardt. That one just out of the reach of Taryn Christopher in shallow left field, just foul. So the Redhawks defeated New Richmond in a 2-1 11th inning quarterfinal yesterday. That was truly a battle between the 4th and 5th seed. Our home plate umpire, Al Ligman, first base umpire, Don Baumgart, and Mark Angel standing behind third base. 1-1 pitch fouled back to the screen. Ella Noble down 1-2 in her count. Milton's head coach, Kurt Muzzy, in his 4th season at the helm. There's a swing and a miss, a strikeout for Noble. A quick 2 up, 2 down for Carly Meredith and Kaukauna. Kenzie Marquardt, the sophomore catcher, coming to the plate. This Redhawks squad, very young. And they start a freshman, 3 sophomores, 2 juniors. And they do have 4 seniors in their lineup. But the heart of the order, 3, 4, and 5, all sophomores. Beautiful pitch there by Marquardt. 1-2 the count. So this is the last game of the day here at Goodman Diamond. It's a beautiful night for softball. Very little wind at all, pretty calm. And I would say probably in the low 60s out. Strike 2, 2-2 the count. The pitch from Marquardt skips right in front of the plate. We are full, and if Marquardt can reach, that'll bring up the center fielder, Jenna Benash. Meredith looking at her arm to see what the pitch is, and that's inside high. Marquardt down 1-2, draws a free pass. And Jenna Benash, the center fielder, had 2 hits in 5 plate appearances yesterday against New Richmond. Julia Schultz is going to be the courtesy runner for Kenzie Marquardt. So Jenna Benash hitting in the cleanup spot here. Swung on right to the second baseman, Hertzfeld. She bobbles it, recovers, and throws to Eben for the third out in the Middleton first. No runs, no hits, no errors, and one left on base. Coming up for Kaukauna, it's Paige Bodenheimer, Carly Meredith, and Taryn Christopher in the bottom of the first.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. WEAbenefits.com.
Gwen Baker, the hurler for the Milton Redhawks, the senior with 18 strikeouts yesterday in their quarterfinal, a new state record. She will pitch to Kenzie Marquardt. First bases, Ella Noble, Kylie Reed at second, Sophie Mesra at shortstop, Avery Agnew. Third base, left field, Molly Baker. Jenna Benash is in center, and Lyndon Briggs will be in right field. And as we mentioned, Paige Bodenheimer, the center fielder. Leadoff hitter, sophomore for Coach Tim Rarig and the Galloping Ghosts. First pitch offered for a strike. Coach Rarig in his 26th season really has a dynasty here at Kaukauna. That ball a little bit high. Kaukauna coming into this semifinal with the longest winning streak in the nation at 108 games. That bunt goes foul, and you can see the speed there of Bodenheimer. If you're wondering what the all-time record is for the consecutive winning streak, it's 112 games. Good look at Coach Tim Rarig. One thing I love about this coach is he knits scarves for his players. Pretty awesome fact there. And just loves softball, loves the girls on this team, and good piece of hitting there by Bodenheimer. Shoots it right up the middle. It's a leadoff walk here in the top of the first, and that'll bring up Carly Meredith, the pitcher. Meredith against Sussex Hamilton yesterday was 1 for 3, scoring 3 runs and 1 walk. Going the distance there. 13 strikeouts in a 2-hitter. That pitch inside, but Carly Meredith tags it foul into the dugout of the Ghosts. First team all-conference. Carly Meredith, just a junior, but she's committed to play for Virginia. Throw down goes into center field from Kenzie Marquardt. That just sailed as Bodenheimer steals the base. So Carly Meredith with a runner in scoring position on a 1-1 count. Bodenheimer at second base, also a first team all-conference. Nice strike there from Baker. Kaukauna playing in the Fox Valley Association, and as mentioned earlier, they are 4 wins short of tying the all-time winning streak in the nation at 112. That pitch sent to the second baseman, Kylie Reed, backhands it and throws it over to Ellen Noble for the first out, but that'll advance Bodenheimer to third. Good piece of hitting there from Carly Meredith, putting that ball into play on the right side of the diamond. And that'll bring up Taryn Christopher, the senior shortstop. Just a sensational player, committed to Minnesota Duluth. That ball high, and Christopher swings right through it. Christopher will be followed by the number 4 hitter, Josie Eben. 1 out here in the bottom of the first. And if you are just joining us in the first D1 semifinal, Kenosha Bradford was victorious 1-0 over Watertown. So the winner of this game is going to end up playing the second seed Kenosha Bradford tomorrow at about 6:30 p.m. Crowd doesn't like that call by home plate umpire Al Ligman. That ball a little low. Looked like a good pitch on 0-2 from Baker. Christopher, she held up the appeal from Marquardt, and first base umpire Don Baumgart says nope, she's good. So 2-2 count on Christopher. Caught her looking, strike 3, what a beauty from Gwen Baker. Let's take another look at that. That ball right at the bottom of the strike zone, and you don't see Taryn Christopher striking out looking very often. Taryn Christopher is one of those players that puts the ball in play. She makes contact. But Gwen Baker just a little bit better there as the pitcher. She offers up first pitch strike to Josie Eben. Eben, the junior first baseman, yesterday was 2 for 3 in their quarterfinal with 2 runs, 2 RBIs. As we mentioned, Taryn Christopher does not strike out looking very often. She was 4 for 4, scoring 3 runs with 4 RBIs against Sussex Hamilton yesterday. That just tells you what kind of hitter Christopher is, and Josie Eben with a runner on third, looking to score Bodenheimer. That's a base hit falling right in front of Molly Baker. And Kaukauna getting the first run of the game on an RBI 2-out single from Josie Eben. You know, Kaukauna, one of the best hitting teams that I've seen in quite a while. Every year that they have been here, they just hit the ball so well. Put it in play, they hit their spots, they get their bunts down. That ball a little high and outside. Summer Schmidt, the junior left fielder, hitting in the 5th spot for the Ghosts. The windup and the pitch from Baker swung on right back to the screen. Summer Schmidt, .422, average 19 hits in 45 at-bats. She takes a look at her armband to see what the game plan is. That ball high and inside from Baker. So the last game of the evening here at a beautiful complex on UW-Madison's campus, swung on and missed by Summer Schmidt. That'll be strike 2. So 2's on the board, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 hits for Kaukauna. 1 run in so far, and they have a runner on first base. And she offered. That'll be a strike 3 for Gwen Baker in the Kaukauna first. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left on base. After 1 complete, Kaukauna 1, Milton 0.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
My kid earned that solo!
You saying I did?
Yeah,
Come on! What's wrong with you?
Back in action here at Goodman Diamond. A beautiful night for softball. Kaukauna strikes first in that first inning. 1 run on 2 hits. Leading off the second for the Milton Redhawks is the left fielder, Molly Baker. And they'll bring up the shortstop, Sophie Mesra, followed by the 7th hitter, Kylie Butchin, the designated player. First pitch from Carly Meredith is a strike. Molly Baker playing left field yesterday, 1 for 4 with an RBI. That one she gets a piece of and fouls it back. And Milton, the 4 seed, coming into this tournament. This is the 2nd time in the past 3 seasons and the 4th time in the program's history that they have been here at State. And that's a strikeout for Carly Meredith for the first out in the inning. That rise ball goes upstairs. Molly Baker chases it. So the senior, Sophie Mesra, the 6th hitter. Wow, rifles that right back to Carly Meredith. Look at what I got. We'll take another look at this. You couldn't have hit that any better. And Carly Meredith just puts the glove out. Wow. 2 quick outs here for Meredith and the Galloping Ghosts. So Kylie Butchin. Butchin. We'll take a look at a strike, 1-1. The freshman was a pinch runner and a pinch hitter yesterday. Got 1 at bat. Freshman in a big spot here. Offers for strike 2, 2-2 here. If Butchin's able to get on, that'll bring up the 8 hitter, Lyndon Briggs. Swing and a miss. So the Redhawks go down in order. 1, 2, 3, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. After 1.5, your score is Kaukauna 1, Milton 0. A couple of fans on the Kaukauna side of things enjoying some delicious nachos, as am I up here in the booth. definitely worth the money. I mean, they load them up with chips and cheese. Delicious. So we got the 6, 7, and 8 hitters for Kaukauna. Taylor Federitz, Cassidy Vanden Heuvel, and Raven Rabideau. Gwen Baker back on the mound for the Redhawks. She's headed to Butler next year. First pitch strike to the sophomore Federitz, as I mentioned earlier. Baker with 18 strikeouts yesterday against New Richmond. Great piece of hitting, keeping that barrel through the zone, and Federitz pokes one into left field for a base hit. That's the third hit given up early on by Baker. So Chloe Fuchs is going to be the courtesy runner for Federitz, and Cassidy Vanden Heuvel, designated player, senior. One of those players that Coach Rarig really counts on to get the ball in play. Honorable mention, all conference this year. That one hit out into center field, tracked down by Jenna Benash. Good piece of hitting there by Vanden Heuvel. But Benash gets a big jump for the first out in the inning. The sophomore third baseman, Raven Rabideau, is coming to the plate with a runner on first. Rabideau 1 for 4 in the quarterfinal yesterday. Got stranded twice on base. Shows bunt. That first pitch a little bit low from Baker. Showing bunt again, that ball upstairs. Kind of wondered coming into this game what Gwen Baker would have in her tank after pitching 11 innings yesterday. Ball 3. And Kaukauna is one of those teams that will steal bases from you very easily, very aggressive, really wear down the other team mentally. And the corners are in here on a 3-0 pitch. That right down the chute. Oh, I thought it was a strike. Must have been high for home plate umpire AJ Ligman. So we got runners on first and second as Rabideau takes a walk. That'll bring up the second baseman, junior Chloe Hertzfeld. That ball gets past the catcher, but Marquardt able to find it and keep that runner at second base. Baker has thrown 5 straight balls. There's a strike. Swung on and missed by the junior second baseman. Hitting in that last spot of the lineup, and that'll bring up Paige Bodenheimer at the top here. Comebacker to the pitcher, fielded nicely as Baker throws over to Agnew to get that lead runner. Nice play there. 1-5 on the putout. They'll get Chloe Fuchs at third base for the second out. Rabideau goes to second. Hertzfeld on that fielder's choice. That'll bring up the top of the lineup. Bodenheimer with a hit, stole the base and came home thanks to Josie Eben. In that first inning, the only run so far. The bunt by Bodenheimer goes foul. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Again, the winner will be facing Kenosha Bradford, the second seed, who defeated Watertown 1-0. Nice bunt there, fielded nicely by Avery Agnew. The throw to Kylie Reed at first base was a little bit late. Great speed there by Bodenheimer. So that's an infield hit for number 19. We have bases loaded, 2 outs. We'll take another look at this. Sure enough, number 19 has the wheels. That's why she hits in that top spot. The pitcher, Carly Meredith here, grounded out to the second baseman. That one goes over Milton's dugout, not a play. Meredith has an opportunity here to really break this game open. A single anywhere in the outfield is gonna bring home 2 for sure. That ball a little bit low. As mentioned, Kaukauna very aggressive on the bases, but incredibly smart. You don't see them make too many running mistakes. This team really battled a lot of injuries early on in the year. And the players on the bench that filled in for those starters did a really good job. And obviously they kept their winning streak alive. The 1-2 pitch, just missed outside. Coach Rarig said at one point they did not have a single starting outfielder in the starting lineup, and they're fairly young and have really watched these younger kids develop and grow up. A fly right to the shortstop. Gwen Baker gets out of the inning with no damage. So Kaukauna strands 3 on no errors. 2 hits and no runs. It's still 1-0 Kaukauna as we head to the top of the third.
I just wanted to take a minute to thank you for all that you do officiating high school football.
What you do matters, and what you do is important for our student athletes.
Without you and what you do, it's just practice.
I know you've worked hard in your preparation this offseason, and now it's game time.
Go out there and call them like you see them.
Embrace the grind. And the biggest thing of all is to have fun.
Please stay safe, have a great season, and we'll all be watching.
One thing I love about the state tournament is the creativity of the spectators. Pucker up Kaukauna and kiss your winning streak goodbye. Very clever and spelled everything right. Beautiful blue eyes on that young fan as the Milton crowd waves to the camera. That was a very creative sign. Excellent job from our camera crew to find that one in the crowd. So we are in the top of the third with the 8-9. First pitch there from Meredith was a ball. The second one swung on for a strike. Lyndon Briggs, the senior right fielder. Whoa, hits it right up the wicket at Taryn Christopher, a hot shot, and she looks at her teammates and says, that's my fault. Again, uncharacteristic error of Christopher. I mean, she's one of the best players in the state, in my opinion. Very good. And they will give that an error most likely. So Briggs reaches on an E6, and that brings up the pitcher, Gwen Baker. Baker 2 for 4, hitting at the bottom of the order. She's there to turn the lineup around. What a bunt from the pitcher. And they will sacrifice Briggs over to second base. Baker does her job. And that'll bring up the top of the lineup, Kylie Reed, who had a comebacker to the pitcher to start the game. Reed with a runner on second. She shoots one into shallow right field in foul territory. Carly DeGroot, Chloe Hertzfeld, and Josie Eben give it a run. I like the fact that Kylie Reed is attacking that first pitch, as Carly Meredith is a first pitch strike pitcher. A bunt. Meredith throws it high, but Chloe Hertzfeld is there to make the play, and that's another sacrifice, going 1-4 for Kylie Reed for the second out. That advances Briggs to third. And Ella Noble, who struck out in the first inning, was held hitless yesterday in 5 at-bats. She is due. A .390 hitter, pulls her head and swings at that first pitch. Junior infielder pitches once in a while. She just needs to settle in here and shoot this ball somewhere to get this run in. That ball high and outside by Meredith. The 1-1 pitch. High there again from Meredith. So Milton were the co-champs in the large division of the Badger Conference with Beaver Dam this spring. And they ended up blanking Oregon 7-0 to advance to state. And then they got past a very feisty new Richmond team in 11 innings yesterday. That ball swung on and fouled back. Kurt Muzzy, in his 4th season, has brought this team to state 2 times in the past 3 seasons. What a great job he has done with the Milton Redhawks. Milton, kind of in south central part of Wisconsin. I'd say about a half-hour south of Madison, kind of close to Janesville and UW-Whitewater. Kaukauna up in the Fox Valley, north of Appleton, as you kind of make that turn to head to Green Bay. And there's the hit that the Redhawks were looking for. That is going to be a double that scores Lyndon Briggs from third base. A clutch 2-out hit. Ella Noble needed that. My goodness. The junior comes up big on a 3-2 pitch and drives it into left center. That's got to feel good for Ella Noble. So that brings Kenzie Marquardt to the plate. She walked in the first inning. Umpire calls time here. Kind of resetting things for a moment. Marquardt steps back in the box. The pitch from Meredith. That one lined into the right center gap. That's going to score from second base, Noble. Marquardt with a 2-out stand-up double, and this Redhawks crowd goes nuts. Excellent piece of hitting from Kenzie Marquardt, driving that ball over the head of Carly DeGroot. And this is a situation that Kaukauna is rarely in. They have rarely played from behind all season. mean, their closest game of the year was a 2-1 win against Oshkosh West. They beat Neenah 1-0, Oshkosh West 2-0. Courtesy runner Julia Schultz is at second. Jenna Benash, who grounded out to the second baseman in the first. She's up with a runner at second. First pitch from Carly Merritt at the strike. Milton scoring 2 on 2 hits and 2 outs. A little dribbler over to Raven Rabideau for the third out in the inning. But not before Milton comes up big. In the Milton third, 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error and 1 left on base. After 2.5, your score, Milton 2, Kaukauna 1.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
What a beautiful night here in Madison for softball. It's our last game of the day. It's our second D1 semifinal. Kaukauna will bring their 3, 4, and 5 hitters, Christopher, Eben, and Schmidt. And Taryn Christopher gets robbed of a hit there. She swings at that first pitch. And look at that, Gwen Baker makes it look so easy. Gwen Baker, I would say, is probably 6 feet tall, 6'1". I don't have the exact height on me. There's a strike there. 6'2" is Gwen Baker. She used all of that length to snag that rocket back at her. Josie Eben with a hit in the first inning. First pitch strike. And she follows that into the dugout of the Ghosts. So 3 pitches here from Gwen Baker have been an out and 2 strikes. That changeup drops in front of the plate. Eben, the cleanup hitter for Coach Rearig. 1-2 pitch. You don't want to get anything over that plate. Wow, what a snag by Avery Agnew. My goodness, the senior at the hot corner. Take another look at this. That ball was going to land foul, but she snagged it out of the air. That's a Sports Center top 10 play, in my opinion. One of the best I've seen here at the state tournament, especially in a game like this. And Milton's all fired up. What do they have to lose? They don't have the longest winning streak in the country. They're just going to attack Kaukauna. Kaukauna just going to keep swinging away, putting that ball in play, and Summer Schmidt flies out for the third out in the inning. Kaukauna goes down in order. 1, 2, 3. We're going to go to the top of the 4th. Milton still up 2-1. Well, you can see inside the Milton Redhawks dugout, they're fired up with their blue peep as their mascot. I didn't quite get the story on that, but who knows? They may have ordered it off Amazon or may have been on a road trip somewhere, but we're back into action. Molly Baker, the left fielder, the fifth hitter, followed by Mesra and Butchin. First pitch from Carly Meredith. There's the ball. Been a very exciting game so far. Milton taking the lead in the top of the third. There's a strike there by Meredith. 2 runs on 2 hits. Kaukauna 1 run on 3 hits and 1 error thus far. Nice play there by Meredith. Turns and fires over to Eben for out number 1. Baker is put down. So that'll bring out the shortstop, Sophie Mesra. She lined out to the pitcher, and literally Carly Meredith in that second inning just put her glove up. Look at what I got. Ouch. That one off the mask of the umpire. Swing and a miss by Mesra. Take another look at that. Ouch. Comes off the catcher, then the umpire. AJ Ligman wearing the gear behind home plate. Well, it's been an exciting 2 days here at the state tournament at Goodman Diamond on the UW campus, home of the Wisconsin Badgers. We have a full slate of games tomorrow, 5 in total for Championship Saturday. Sophie Mesra just getting a piece of that, down 1-2. You'll have to join Bob Brainerd, Jay Wilson, Bill Brophy, and Shane Sparks as they will be doing the calls throughout the day, starting at 8 a.m. with the Division 5 championship. And at 1 o'clock tomorrow, I might add that it's the inaugural Boys and Girls State Lacrosse Championships at Sun Prairie High School, just down the road, about 15-20 minutes away from here. Lacrosse really heating up here in the spring. It was a club sport and a lot of co-ops, but a lot of fun to play. Kind of a mixture of soccer and softball, baseball. Comebacker again, Meredith doing a nice job getting the third out in the inning, and that will send the Redhawks down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. After 3.5, your score remains Milton 2, Kaukauna 1.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
All right, leading off the bottom of the fourth as we are moving right along is Taylor Federitz. She reached on a single in the second. This has been a pitching duel for sure, and quick innings here. That ball swung on foul. That'll be strike 2 on Federwitz. Federwitz is the bully of Kaukauna. And if there's a pie in the face, someone screaming in pain, or someone saying do not do it, Taylor is involved. Well, guess what? Taylor's involved right there as she gets a single into left field. I don't know if that's such a good thing when your coach says that she's the bully of the team. Chloe Fuchs is the courtesy runner at first base. And the designated player, Cassie Vandenheuvel, will be at the plate. I would say Taylor Federitz is spirited. She likes to be in on the action. How about that instead of, or the practical jokester. Anyway, swung on and out of play. Four hits now for Kaukauna. That bunt, the third baseman, Agnew, gets the sure out at first, thrown to Kylie Reed. That'll advance the runner to second. Vandenheuvel does her job on a sac fly, or sac bunt, excuse me. So 1 out on a 5-4 put out, and that'll bring up Raven Rabideau. Rabideau, who walked and got stranded at third base in the second inning. Rabideau, one of the toughest kids on this team. Honorable mention all conference this year. That's a shot. What a great play by the senior Agnew to get the runner at second, or at first, and keep Chloe Fuchs stranded at second base. So that's the second out. So Chloe Hertzfeld coming up with 2 outs. The 9th hitter in the lineup, trying to get Fuchs off of second base. The pitch. That fouled back to the screen. Hertzfeld also an all honorable mention, all conference. Swing and a miss. What a dandy of a pitch there from Baker. Hertzfeld down 0-2 with 2 outs here. Runner on second, down 2-1. Kaukauna staying alive. Hertzfeld, a 348 average. Does not have an RBI on the year. This could be her first. That's a wild pitch, and that advances Fuchs to third base. So 60 feet away is Fuchs from scoring that tying run, and this could be the spot for Hertzfeld to get her first RBI of the season. One-two pitch coming from Baker. Swung on and missed. Strikeout for out number 3. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. Big celebration here on this strikeout from Gwen Baker, and that sends Milton into the dugout to get ready to hit in the top of the 5th. We are about to start the 5th inning, and this has been a quick game. It's definitely a good one. A lot of excitement, big hits, a lot of defensive plays. Milton hanging on to a 2-1 lead, and they'll bring senior right fielder Lyndon Briggs to the plate. She scored in the 3rd inning. And she shows bunt, takes a strike as the corners race in. She'll be fouled by Gwen Baker in the 9-hole, and then back to the top of the order with Kylie Reed. Carly Meredith, the junior, going upstairs for ball 1. Pretty much every starter on this Kaukauna team was either first team all-conference, second team all-conference, or honorable mention. I mean, this is a loaded team with a ton of talent, and finding themselves down 2-1. No panic on the Ghosts at all, just continuing to play solid solid softball here. Baseball is next week. The Milwaukee Brewers are in Detroit this weekend for a 3-game series after having a day off yesterday, and there's a ring up there on a called strike 3 looking. That pitch just gets the inside corner, and Lyndon Briggs does not like that at all, but she has to take a seat as Gwen Baker comes to the plate. What a beautiful pitch by Meredith. Gwen Baker over the third base off of Taryn Christopher's glove, and she gets a 1-out single. The pitcher helping her cause out here. She's 1 for 1 as she had a sac bunt in the 3rd. So we got a courtesy runner for Milton, and that'll be Olivia Schutz. And that'll bring the top of the order. Second baseman Kylie Reed, 0 for 1. She grounded out to the first baseman in the 1st and had a sac bunt in the 3rd. Working with 1 out here, 1 runner. That ball outside, but Kylie Reed swings at it and misses for strike 1. Carly Meredith working really quickly in that circle. Look at that changeup, beauty. Meredith, tenacious on that mound. That's a foul ball. That hit off of Reed's bat, and I think off the umpire again. So quickly down 0-2 is the junior second baseman. She gets a piece of that, pulls it into the Milton dugout and out into the first base side of the diamond. She's battling away in there. Olivia Schutz standing on first base for the Redhawks. Good take there by number 24. She'll be fouled by Ella Noble, who scored after she hit a double. That is a playable ball and actually just hits the screen as it was almost to the ground. Taylor Federitz watching it all the way back down, and new life here for Kylie Reed on a 1-2 count. Who's going to win the battle, Meredith or Reed? That'll be Carly Meredith on a beautiful inside pitch that just catches Kylie Reed looking. What a warrior here on the mound in this junior. You strike out Briggs to start the inning. You give up that base hit to Baker, and then you strike out Reed. And Ellen Noble with a big double into left center in the third. I said she was due for a hit as she went 0 for 5 yesterday and struck out in the first inning. We'll see what she can do here. And that ball hit her. Hit her, then it hit the bat. So that'll take Noble to first. Schutz takes a walk to second. And with 2 outs, that brings up the catcher and the third hitter, Kenzie Marquardt, who doubled in the third and walked in the first. Her double was over the head of the right fielder. That pitch framed by Federitz, but umpire says nope. That is a ball. That ball in there for a strike. Little change up from Carly. Two ducks on the pond for Marquardt. That's a wild pitch, and that'll advance the runners. And my goodness, Olivia Schutz needs to slide in that situation. Taylor Federwitz got to that ball quick and fired it down to Raven Rabideau, and you got to slide, because that was a close play for sure. So runners on second and third now, and a 3-1 count on Marquardt. I think you give her the green light here. Let her swing away. Oh, change up, my goodness, that's nasty. Look at the composure from Carly Meredith. I mean, committed to play softball at Virginia. Just finished her junior year. Again, Marquardt drawing the walk, and bases are loaded for the Redhawks. And Jenna Benash, the sophomore center fielder who grounded out to the second baseman, grounded out to the third baseman, and Julia Schultz comes in to run for Kenzie Marquardt at first base. I got a piece of that. Fouled it over to the admissions area. Nice crowd here for a Friday night. Beautiful weather for softball. You couldn't ask for a better night. Yeah, it doesn't hold up there. Benash quickly down 0-2. We'll see if the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts can get out of this bases loaded jam with 2 outs. This would be huge for their momentum going into the bottom of the 5th. Down 2-1. That ball high and outside. One and 2 the count. If Benash gets a hit here, that's going to score 2. Little poker to the second baseman. What a nice play there by Chloe Hertzfeld, the junior. Strands, 3 runners. So no runs. And 1 hit. No errors. 3 left on base. So we're heading into the bottom of the 5th. Milton up 2-1. this is probably the most exciting game of the day, just because it's Kaukauna, you know, and people had Kaukauna penciled in for winning their 4th straight tournament even before we got to the state tournament, just because of their 108 winning streak, the tradition, the discipline, their coach. But Milton really showing up and giving it to him. Look at the speed there from Paige Bodenheimer, getting the bunt down, and Avery Agnew has no play. Wisely does not throw that to the first baseman, or second baseman, excuse me, Kylie Reed, who was covering first base, because Bodenheimer would have stretched that out if there was an overthrow. So an infield single to start the bottom of the 5th. Carly Meredith, who has done a great job on the mound, lifts one into left field and just dropped by Molly Baker. Oh, she had that ball just in the outside part of her glove. Let's take another look. What a great jump. And the all-out dive just missed it. I think the ground may have popped it out. But Carly Meredith coming up swinging, gets a hit. So the first 2 batters are on in the bottom of the 5th for Kaukauna. And this is the person you want up to bat in this situation, Taryn Christopher. Her last at-bat, she lined right at Gwen Baker. Baker comes at her with a first pitch strike. Bunt to the first baseman. She does a smart play there and gets the tag. But the sac bunt from Christopher gets the job done, and there's 1 out. Runners on 2nd and 3rd. Taryn Christopher doing the job like she normally does, and that brings up Josie Eben. Eben singled in the 1st, lined out to the shortstop in the 3rd. Kaukauna crowd stomping on the bleachers. Oh my goodness. Routine ground ball. Reed throws it to Noble, and there's an error there somewhere, and a routine out turns into a run scoring in Bodenheimer. Meredith sits on 3rd, and Eben stretches that out to 2nd base on the overthrow. So we are tied at 2. Summer Schmidt swings through that first pitch. Official score is giving that error to Kylie Reed on the throw. So we are tied at 2 with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. And that'll score a run on the sac bunt from Schmidt. Great heads-up base running as Carly Meredith comes in to score. And this is exactly what Kaukauna does. They love to play small ball. They jump on these opportunities. And if you make an error, they will make you pay. So 2 outs here with Taylor Federowitz, who singled twice. She puts a fly ball into left center field, and that is caught by Molly Baker, but the damage is done. 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 left on base. We're gonna go to the top of the 6th. Your new score, Kaukauna 3, Milton 2. Well, what a big inning it was in the bottom of the fifth for Kaukauna, scoring 2 runs on 2 hits and 1 error that was caused by Milton, and they have a 3-2 lead. Going into the top of the 6th, Molly Baker, Sophie Mesra, and Kylie Butchin for the Redhawks. The meat of the order in that first pitch by Carly Meredith is a strike. Meredith pitching a dandy, but also helping her team out by getting a base hit and scoring in that last inning. So 1-1 the count here on the sophomore left fielder. She takes a hack at that one, hits it foul. That pitch a little high from Carly. Carly just all business, gets that ball, gets back to the rubber, checks her wrist to see what pitch is going to be thrown, and Molly Baker getting a piece of that one. So 2-2 the count here. Milton down 1 in the top of the 6th. 2 runs on 3 hits and an error. For Kaukauna, 3 runs on 7 hits and an error. And there's a strikeout. 1 out. Seven strikeouts for Carly Meredith, and that'll bring up Sophie Mesra. Remember, the winner of this semifinal will face Kenosha Bradford, who beat Watertown earlier this evening in the D1 state title game tomorrow at about 6:30 p.m. Your morning's going to start off at 8 o'clock with a D5 championship. It's a rematch between Oakfield and Pacelli. The 0-1 pitch, a little low there on Mesra. And you can watch Championship Saturday on several of the local TV affiliates. Channel 27 in Madison, Channel 24 in Milwaukee. And that's a strikeout looking. My goodness, is Meredith feeling it right now or what? 2 Ks in a row. Watch this pitch. Little curveball. Covers the cross at the plate right at the knees. Wow, what a pitch. Kylie Butchin struck out, grounded out for her first 2 at-bats. She swings at the first pitch. Carly Meredith really dialed in now. Yeah, that came off the end of the bat there. Unfortunate. Strike 2. So the 1 bad inning for Kaukauna was in the 3rd, giving up 2 runs on 2 hits. But like I said, Carly Meredith is looking at silky smooth right now as she strikes out the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Through 5.5, our score is Kaukauna 3, Milton 2.
Going to college for esports feels amazing. Growing up, it's something I never thought would happen. My family never thought it would happen. And then within 2.5 years, here I am.
He's actually a madman whenever it comes to playing on the sticks.
You know, he's going to be the first one that pursues this into an academic career.
Me getting an esports scholarship could show other students that it's possible for them too, as long as they put their mind to it and put some effort into it.
Well, we are in the bottom of the 6th as Milton takes the field. Had a tough last inning against Kaukauna. Kaukauna scored 2 runs on 2 hits. There's an error in there as well, but it's been a good one for sure. Both teams really battling it out here, playing some great defense. Glenn Baker, Carly Meredith getting the job done for their respective teams inside the circle. That first pitch from Gwen is a strike. Cassie Vanden Heuvel, the 7th hitter, takes a second pitch ball. Should be followed by Raven Rabideau and Chloe Hertzfeld. So the bottom of the order here for Kaukauna. That ball high and outside. The winner again is going to face Kenosha Bradford tomorrow night at about 6:30 for the D1 championship. That one fouled out. I love how as soon as the Kaukauna players make contact, they automatically hustle down to first base. They don't stop and look to see where the ball goes. They don't take a couple steps knowing that it's foul. They run it out. I've seen some weird things happen, especially with bunts that have started foul and have gone back fair and stayed fair. You just never know. Always run it out. Comebacker to Gwen Baker. Tosses it over to Ellen Noble. Sir Vanden Heuvel is out number 1 on a 1-3. Looks like we will have a pinch hitter here for Raven Rabideau. So this will be number 17, Lily Boyle. She's a freshman who plays outfield. And a lot of screaming coming from that Kaukauna student section as the lone freshman on this Kaukauna squad gets a chance to bat at the state tournament. 1 out. Bottom of the 6th, Tim Rarig really having a lot of confidence. And a little comebacker again, Gwen Baker keeps her composure, picks it up, and throws out Boyle. Again, another 1-3. That's the 2nd out of the inning. Quick work here for Gwen Baker and the Milton Redhawks, as I'm sure they want to get out of this inning, get into the dugout for potentially their last at-bat. Marquardt looking into the dugout as she gets a sign for the pitch. That ball down the chute, but a little high for ball 1. Chloe Hertzfeld reached on a fielder's choice in the 2nd, struck out in the 4th. Oh, another good pitch, just missed. Hertzfeld will be followed by the top of the order, Paige Bodenheimer, if Hertzfeld can reach. That hit foul back out of play. The junior 2nd baseman, a 2-1 count. Strike 2. That one swung on and hits the top of the press box. Milton in another battle as they won in 11 innings yesterday, beat New Richmond 2-1 in the quarterfinals. They find themselves down here 3-2. Umpire wanted to ring that up, but count goes full. Who's going to win the battle here between Baker and Hertzfeld? The payoff pitch. That's lined right at the center fielder, and she misplays it. Benash picks it up, and 2 outs for Hertzfeld. She gets on second base. That thing was carrying, and I don't think Benash had a very good jump on it. That'll be a double for Hertzfeld. On a 3-2 pitch, Baker just got way too much of the plate, and Hertzfeld made her pay. That ball just carried. My goodness. As Jay Wilson will say, my goodness. This one popped into left field. That should be the 3rd out of the inning. So no runs across for Kaukauna. They strand 1 on 1 hit, no errors. So at the end of 6, it's Kaukauna 3, Milton 2. What a great crowd here at Goodman Diamond, watching a battle between Kaukauna and Milton in the second D1 semifinal. The winner will head to the title game tomorrow night against Kenosha Bradford. And there's the Milton dugout down to their last at-bats. They'll bring up their 8, 9, and 1 hitters, Briggs, Baker, and Reed. Kaukauna, 8 hits, 3 runs, 1 error. They are playing for the chance to go to the state title game for 4 years in a row and looking to extend the nation's current longest winning streak to 109 games. They are currently 4 short of the all-time record. There's a shot right in front of Paige Bodenheimer. A leadoff single there for Lyndon Briggs. 1 pitch, 1 hit. Aggressive swing by the senior right fielder. My goodness, does that feel good for the senior. Carly Meredith talking to the umpire, wants a new ball. That brings up Gwen Baker, the senior pitcher. Even though she has tossed an 8-hitter, she's done a really nice job at only holding Kaukauna to 3 runs. That first pitch, a ball, as Baker looking to bunt here to move Briggs over. Oh my goodness, that one popped up and over the catcher, Federwitz. Got to get that barrel down. One of the worst things that you can do in softball is bunt the ball up in the air and double off that runner at first base. I have seen that time and time again, not only at the college level, but at the high school level. That bunt goes foul. Raven Rabideau lets it go foul and then touches it foul. So 1-2 the count here on Baker. Baker headed to Butler next year in Indianapolis. She takes the ball outside. She'll join Alex Johnson from Watertown, who has also committed to Butler. Johnson just a junior though, so that ball just out of the reach of Carly DeGroot down that right field line. Number 29 put up a good fight on that one. So Baker hanging in there. Runner on first base is Lyndon Briggs. She led off the inning with a single as we are at the top of the 7th. Last at bats for Milton. They've got to score at least one to send it to the bottom of the 7th. Pass ball there. That gets by Taylor Federitz, and the tying run is on second base. So the count is full against Gwen Baker. The two pitchers going at it here. Carly Meredith, Gwen Baker. Wow, ball 4. What an eye by Baker. That did not miss by much. And we'll get a courtesy runner coming in. That'll be number 5, Olivia Schutz, the courtesy runner. She ran back in the 5th inning. We're going to the top of the order with the junior, Kylie Reed. 0 for 2 today with a sack bunt in the 3rd. She takes a look at first pitch strike. There's Coach Kurt Muzzy in his 4th season. Whoa, that lined into the dugout. Watch out, Redhawks. Thank goodness there's a fence there, but the coaches sitting on buckets. I've seen coaches in that position get nailed before. In fact, one of my son's summer team teammates was sitting on a bucket like that and ended up getting a concussion and stitches and was literally knocked out the rest of that season. And there's a quick strikeout there on Kylie Reed. We'll take another look at that pitch. She goes downstairs with that ball, and Reed takes a swing, so that brings up Ella Noble. 1 out here, runners on 1st and 2nd. That ball outside. Kaukauna hanging on to a 3-2 lead here in the top of the 7th. Again, the winner's gonna go face Kenosha Bradford tomorrow night in the D1 title game. That's gonna start about 6:30, depending on how the other 4 championship games go. Starting at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning with Division 5. Swung on and missed. Noble had a double in the 3rd and scored a run. And she got hit by the pitch in the 5th. She lays down the bunt. That's a good one. Great play between Rabideau and Hertzfeld. And that'll move the runners over to 2nd and 3rd. Milton down to their last out. And Kenzie Marquardt, who's been on base all 3 times that she's been up. They're gonna intentionally walk her, which is very smart. And that gives Kaukauna a force out at any base. So Jenna Benash, the cleanup hitter, and we got a courtesy runner and Julia Schultz. So the Kaukauna fans are on their feet. The Milton Redhawks are crossing their fingers, hoping something can happen here. And that ball fouled back by Jenna Benash. So 2 strikes away. Kaukauna is from going to the title game for the 4th consecutive year. That one just misses. Kaukauna crowd doesn't like that. I think that's a good call, as it was a little bit outside. Low and inside for ball 2. So the sophomore, Jenna Benash, smashes a hit down the right field line. 1 run in to score. Here comes the second hit. That bobble from Carly DeGroot allows that second run to score. My goodness. The sophomore coming up big on a 2-1 count with 2 outs. Briggs comes in from third base, shoots. The courtesy runner for Baker scores from second base. A huge 2-out hit for that sophomore, Jenna Benash. Runners on the corners for Molly Baker. That's a strike from Carly Meredith. So Milton takes a 4-3 lead in the top of the 7th. That right there was probably the biggest hit of the tournament thus far. I mean, my goodness. Jenna Benash just smacked a line shot down that right field line. Strike 2, swinging from Baker. Carly Meredith looking to strike her out and get into the dugout to hit in the bottom of the 7th. The 2-2 pitch from Meredith. Swung on, popped up into the infield. Who's going to catch it? Oh, that ball gets caught in the lights. Taryn Christopher dropped the ball, and the inning continues. So the run scores on that error. That's Julia Schultz coming in. Benash on second. And Baker on first. And that'll bring up Sophia Mesra, the shortstop. A line out and 2 strikeouts. So that'll be an E6 that allows Baker to get on first and that run to score. So that intentional walk of Kenzie Marquardt comes to bite Kaukauna. And this inning led off with the 8-hitter Lyndon Briggs with a single. She scored, as did Olivia Schutz and Julia Schultz. Wow, beautiful pitch to end that inning, but the damage is done. Milton scores 3 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and 2 left on base. So we head to the bottom of the 7th with Milton 5, Kaukauna 3.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. WEAbenefits.com.
What an exciting turn of events in that top of that 7th. Milton down 3-2, scores 3 to go up 5-3, and we are headed to the bottom of the 7th with the top of the order up for Kaukauna. Bodenheimer, Meredith, and Christopher. Bodenheimer 3 for 3, scoring 2 runs. Correction, my apologies. Carly Meredith is up, the pitcher, then Taryn Christopher and Josie Eben. Bodenheimer made that last out in the 6th. For first pitch strike by Gwen Baker. You know, this is a position that Kaukauna hasn't been in all season, but they have battled adversity with a lot of injuries and relying on subs. And wow, that's a quick turn by Carly Meredith. Shoots it right down the third base line. Coach Rarig cheering her on and saying, I like your aggressive style. Let's straighten that one out and let's get on base. There's Coach Rarig, 26 seasons, and what a program he has developed with his coaching staff. This is the most sisterly group, he says, that they have ever had. These players can bicker with each other, they can torment each other, but it's all good. What a good scoop from the second baseman, Kylie Reed, to get out a speedy Carly Meredith. So 4-3 on the putout. The first out in the inning. That'll bring up the shortstop, Taryn Christopher. First pitch strike by Gwen Baker. Oh. Milton's got to play calm, cool, collective right now. Don't let this get to their head. Kaukauna just needs to attack and play Kaukauna softball. That pitch upstairs, but Christopher swings. Gwen Baker takes her time on the mound, gets her composure. Don't want to make a mistake here to Christopher because she will make you pay. Oh, that ball just a little bit low and outside. Good pitch, though, for an 0-2 count. Christopher's got a little bit of power. He's got some speed for sure. The 1-2 pitch. That's popped up to the third baseman. Avery Agnew, the senior, making the second out in the inning. So the nation's longest winning streak at 188 games comes down to the final out. Josie Eben, the junior first baseman, gets into the batter's box, and she does not want to end this game. Ball low and outside. Eben, base hit in the first inning, lined out to the shortstop in the third, and reached on an error. That gets fouled out of play down the third baseline. If Eben reaches, that'll bring up Summer Schmidt, the fifth hitter. So the meat of the order right now for Kaukauna. Kaukauna crowd very silent. The Milton crowd all standing up and clapping. Phones are out videotaping this moment. A hot shot to the second baseman, Kylie Reed, and Milton has done it. They have ended Kaukauna's winning streak of 108 games. My goodness. What an outstanding play there by Kylie Reed after a hot shot from Josie Eben. Wow. We'll take another look at this. Talk about composure. One hopper, a scoop, and a toss over to Ellen Noble. You couldn't script that any better, my. Milton wins and goes to the state championship tomorrow night against Kenosha Bradford, 5-3 over Kaukauna. Kaukauna, nothing to hang their heads on. My goodness, 108 wins, the longest streak in the nation, and you got to tip your hats off to Tim Rarig and his squad. But Milton, I don't think anybody besides the Milton crowd had the number 4 seed penciled in to the state championship tomorrow night. It was a good one. And we'll recap what we got tomorrow for Championship Saturday in Division 5. It's top seed Oakfield against number 2 seed Pacelli. That's a rematch from last year at 8 a.m. About 10:30 tomorrow morning, it's the Division 4 championship. Number 1 Fall Creek against number 2 Cuba City. About 1 o'clock, we'll have the Division 3 championship. Number 1 Michigan, undefeated at 30-0, will take on number 3 Prescott. In Division 2, starting about 4 o'clock, top-seeded Mosinee will take on number 3 Waupun. And it'll be Kenosha Bradford with Milton at 6:30 to wrap up the night in the Division 1 championship. For my Rush Media crew and the WIAA staff up here in the press box, I'm Michelle Griffin saying good night from Goodman Diamond. It's a final, Milton 5, Kaukauna 3.